Welcome and welcome back to the Flow of Life Tarot. I knew that I was going to have a pause from doing some videos for a few days. I think I've managed to get a couple up by now, but they were really slow to upload to the other night, so there's a bit of a backlog. But I want to, these energies right now, I'm recording at the time of the change into Virgo season, and we have this beautiful new moon in Virgo at 0 degrees, and these are such lovely energies, and the readings are very interesting. There are threads between them, but the energies are so beautiful that I want to just keep producing some videos for you, some readings for you, whilst I'm feeling these energies, which are very liminal, very meditative, and of course, because Virgo axes are on Virgo Pisces are on the axis together, this is also activating that Piscean energy through the Virgo energy, if that makes sense. It does make sense, but okay, so welcome back. Thank you for being here. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Feel free to just follow the flow of this arc, just to see what the energies are coming through. They sort of are similar messages, but in different ways. Very much the Virgo energy is precise and analytical and clean and crisp and clear and nurturing and nourishing. And of course, new moons are these beautiful, beautiful new beginnings. So having this right on the edge as we move into Virgo season at 0 degrees is profound, to have the sun and the moon together at 0. Virgo, extremely powerful energies. So I invite you to take this opportunity to meditate really with any of these readings that you watch. You don't have to, they're not linked, you don't have to watch them all, but any that you drop into, just allow yourself to be present, to rest into the energies. Oh look, there's me, this slow meandering vibe, and Virgo pops itself out. So this will be a different read, a different energy. Fiery climax approaches. Well, isn't that interesting? Let's see what is supporting this then. What is this all about? Good old Aries shows itself. Don't ignore Aries. Currently we have Mars transiting through Libra at time of recording. These are timeless. The reason why I reference all these things is that the energies are imbued with these readings, so you will be receiving those energies of this current celestial climate. Okay. Be bold and make the first move. Wow. And is Aries a cardinal sign? Yes, must be, surely. Aries, Libra. I'm sure it is. I don't know why I've had a bit of... Oh, look. New moon in Virgo is the first time she's shown herself. How beautiful. And this is our signature energy that we're working with right now. So how interesting. There may be something you started in Aries season all those months ago in spring, around the spring equinox perhaps, that now is taking form or is coming back around for you to review. And this points to a time to give rather than take. How interesting. Perhaps something that you started in the Aries season was more self-focused, and this Virgo energy is reminding you that service is the highest divine vibration of love. Be bold and make the first move, which is lovely. It's a very Aries type message, but it has this beautiful soft kind of purpley pinks to it as well. What an interesting dynamic collection of cards and energies. So we have earth, fire, and, well, cardinal. Cardinal, Cancer and Capricorn. Are they on the axes with My mind's just having a bit of a moment. Yes. Okay, I know we've got Aries on the table, but I'm still in this sort of very liminal space type energy. Do we need another moon card? Whilst I'm connecting, feel free to take what resonates and leave the rest. Thank you for being here. I think we're going to have one of these. That's what we're going to have. We're going to have one of these. Are we going to have 3 of these? These are such powerful cards that I would, really just tend to work with a few at a time. But there have been whole readings that I've done with these. So this is going to kick a punch. Let's see what this is about. This could be a lot of information. God, are we already 5 minutes in? Jaguar energy. Very fierce, unmessable with energy that we have there. The Gatherer, while we are in the end of August, approaching the autumnal season, this is all about autumn, this. And what is this? Ghost dance. Okay, well, I connect this really with the Scorpio season as well. Okay, there is a lot going on here. Let me just pause for a minute, and I'm going to meditate with this. And you probably don't want to sit and watch me meditate, so take a breath and take another breath. This is visceral energy. This is very interesting. There is a sense of depth and power and deep relaxation and ease, along with intensity and movement and fire. We have such an amazing combination of energies here coming through. Okay, so at the center we have this full moon in Aries, a fiery climax approaches. This ghost dance, I feel, with this beautiful Aries energy, someone is burning through something that may have taken lifetimes to drive through the fog. Fire creates smoke as well as fog coming from damp, wet, humid, watery environments. So the lack of sight and clarity can be, in those scenarios, or lack of light. Shadow work just comes around again, but this isn't a regular kind of shadow work. This isn't your own shadow work. This isn't your own healing journey. This isn't your own. This is something that your soul has been working on. And when we are incarnate, Aries is the first house. It's kind of like straight out the gate. It's that burst of energy, the soul just enjoying incarnating here in this beautiful vessel of human life. Interestingly, this is about someone's soul purpose, S-O-U-L, not S-O-L-E, soul purpose that has actually kind of been haunting them over lifetimes. Something they've been working on and completing, and it's been a bit hazy and not quite graspable. It's been extremely challenging work. I think it's like trying to juggle whilst thread a needle, whilst standing on one toe, whilst playing the violin, whilst doing open heart surgery, whilst reciting all the Shakespearean sonnets, whilst writing the greatest book ever written and creating a masterpiece. And that would just be a fraction of a percentage of a description of what someone's soul has been busy doing. not busy, just that's what someone's soul has been doing. They've been mastering in so many areas. It's almost, yeah, it's beyond words. This is a soul reading. This isn't for your human self. This is for someone's soul coming through. These messages are always intended for your highest good and greatest well-being. This won't be for many people, so, you know, if this isn't yours, just feel free to hang out or click off, or just follow this unfolding, which is fascinating. There's a ferocity to this soul, but also deep divine protection I'm seeing with the Jaguar spirit. So as frayed as this work may have been, and as sort of dissolute as it may have seemed, or would perhaps seem to the human ego, there this fierce, intense, protective oversoul spirit. And I'm hearing that would catch you at the jugular if you dared interfere. So there's been divine protection through this. This is kind of what you need. You need someone to be watching your back whilst doing all this highly focused soul work. And the Jaguar is the spirit to do it, guarding over with absolute ferocity, precision and protection. I don't know if you can see that look. This is fierce soul work. And the fact that this comes under here, be bold and make the first move. Yeah, your soul, whoever this is for, is about to reveal something to you. I was going to say the truth, but the truth is something is going to be revealed and shown to you. Just, you've got this glimmer here. Something just enough is going to be shown to you. Due to the power of that, the guidance is to remember to stay human, stay humble, stay grounded. You know, the ego can get very excited about these big soul growth moments and really loves to take the credit, which is fine. It's what the ego will do. There's no point getting in an argument with it or trying to wrestle with it. Just let the ego have its little whatevers. I'm just seeing there's so much heart space here, all this green energy. So really, more than anything, it's staying heart-centered, which is humility, which is humble. You know, and if the ego does does get carried away, you know, don't worry about it. It won't take long for life just to kind of knock that little ego and bring you back down to earth. Kind of, you know, and I'm actually seeing kind of a wry smile there, as I was saying that, you know, she knows. A really great way to bypass the ego drama, because it can cause you some problems. You know, the ego can just, it's just a waste of energy sometimes, the stuff the ego gets up to. So rather than, you know, go down that avenue, have to clean it all up and deal with it and blah, 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 blah. Staying in the heart, but remembering that calling of service that you as a human relates to and connects to. You know, it's not just your soul. You know that you feel that in your bones, in your blood, in your DNA, in your heart, in your truth. You know, the human self is so very valid. And when we talk about soul work and soul growth and shadow work and all these things, it almost sometimes we can sometimes neglect the fact that humanity is beautiful, is valid, is worthy. Our human self is what is that lovely, glorious mess. And it's the vehicle through which the soul can grow, amongst many other for us here now as humans, this is this beautiful relationship with self, with the divine, with oneness in the form of a human being incarnates, a soul incarnate as a human being. That dance, okay, dance, okay. This is the dance of life, that interplay. Yeah, this is a really interesting reading. It was inevitable. Something very powerful about your soul is coming through with these messages. And we're going to take some tarot to 1551. We've got the Wandering Star. So let's begin with this, the Ghost Dance. The fiery climax approaches. Your soul is refining and I want to say wrapping up, but it's not quite that. But it's something at a soul level that's got nothing to do with your self-development journey or your journaling or your development of your gifts or skills or abilities or your awakening. It's like all of that is child's play. This is something going on in your soul. Knight of Wands, yeah, intuition, flow, and fire. That's what I like about this deck, is you get these extra cards, which adds another dimension to the tarot. So this is a beautiful combination of fire and flow and intuition, which I feel marries these two cards perfectly. And in fact, even brings in these beautiful, soft, orangey red, peachy energies, which I think you can see. There's these peach sort of colours here, and then these beautiful soft sort of Neptunian greens and teal, and I don't know, I haven't got words, you can see it, they're beautiful. And it's funny how this is drawing them together. And again, you know, a fiery climax approaches. Well, a Knight of Wands is the one that's going to be on that horse with that burning wand. Yeah, so fire and flow. Okay, I've got two more here. Okay, yeah, Tower and Three of Wands. So for you, the human self, this may well feel like a tower moment, but it is clearing the way for you to have new adventures, a new stage in your life. So this is affecting your life, but this is sort of work that your soul's doing that's sort of not necessarily directly, immediately to do with your human life, which may sound extremely odd. But that's what's coming out. But the way that it will is quite possibly a bit of a tower moment, a bit of illumination perhaps. Things shaken up, and it's clearing the way for you to be going ahead with a new adventure. So a new zest for life. Okay, Jaguar, be bold and make the first move. Jaguar. Six of Cups. That's interesting. Why would you have the Six of Cups here? I feel this is actually your divine team and spirit that have been with you since the moment your soul became. So your oversoul and your soul, not just tribe, not just family, but the greater resonance of your soul frequency that is there for you, supporting your soul in other dimensions and other realms. Along with that protective jaguar spirit, that fierce, unmessable with energy, which is why you can be bold and make the first move. But you know, what is that first move? Okay, Hierophant. So I feel this could be you embracing a new role in your life, a kind of teaching. This is interesting. So Pisces and Virgo axis, we see a lot of, if you look at the charts, Vedic or Western astrological charts of gurus, you know, the big swingers, a lot of their charts have similar energies, and they will quite often have this Virgo Piscean axis activated in some way or another, because it gives them the keys to the divine. You see the keys here, the access to that higher knowledge in such a way that it just flows through them as a perfect channel, so that their life is dedicated to service, and it is the purest and highest divine source, love and light, and divine intentions, and ideally no ego. But of course the yeah, it's not so much that there isn't an ego, but the ego is not in the driving seat. But of course, whilst we are all human incarnate, you know, the ego can still try. That's not an accusation. It's just an acknowledgement. It's just an acknowledgement of actually how profoundly powerful and deep it is to be of a divine resonant frequency as a human being on this planet and Earth. It's acknowledging. I want to say that it's difficult, but it's not that. It's just showing how immense it is for someone to hold a frequency and to be in that frequency as they pass through different transitions, i.e. death. Someone's soul is a divine teacher. Whether or not you have that role in human form, which, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Is this a guru that I'm reading for? I don't know. That would really inflate the egos, wouldn't it? It could be that your soul is working like that in other dimensions. You know, you can most certainly be just a very happy, ordinary, or not so happy, ordinary human being plodding along in life, and your soul can be doing much greater things. But I feel like someone could be stepping into, okay, I'm not saying you're going to become like Buddha or an ascended avatar, but this reading could be someone that's sort of stepping up into another level of sharing their wisdom, gifts, skills and talents that kind of seeps through from their soul. It may not be everything that their soul knows. Like I said, you know, this glimmer, it's not talking about the truth earlier, it's not necessarily everything all in one go, but it's just enough of a glimmer, which is enough to shine the light, to share and to raise the frequency of the consciousness of the planet and all sentient beings. Time to give rather than take. The gatherer. I almost read that as the gathering, so it feels like an important time. Yes, the Mother Star. This is about a gathering. This is a gathering of souls, a collective of souls. Hanged Man is Piscean energy, Neptune 12th house, sitting on the Virgo energy, which is 6th house of service. Yes, this is a soul reading for someone's soul. Why would you need to know this? Because of this tower. Okay, so I feel like all of this is going on at some greater soul level, And what you need to know is that there's this Tower energy, and it's freeing you up for this Three of Wands new sense of adventure about life. Okay. And your next path in life is going to be successful. We go from the Six of Wands to the Seven of Wands. But be mindful of that self-sabotage energy just in your normal day-to-day life. Not talking about spiritual stuff. Your soul is fine, your soul is sorted, your soul is doing what it needs to do on its journey. But talking about your human life, there is victory and success in your human life. Even though there's this sort of Tower moment, view this as what's coming, and it leads to success. It's funny that it leads to 6 and 7. Success and sabotage. Now this is talking about the ego, this is a great example of that. And I love how you've got this magpie with this sparkly ring. You know, the ego really has this sparkly object syndrome. But it can pick up gems, and used correctly, the ego is in service to your higher self, to your true heart of hearts. But being aware of the shadow aspect of the saboteur. But it's funny, I find this sitting under here because I was drawing this to see what the result is here, and that is victory for your human self, okay? And then I was drawing this to see the results of this here, this protection, and the result being sabotage, dishonesty, theft. I don't want to. I always feel it's best just to check our own energy. It doesn't matter what someone else is doing, being, saying, whatever. Provided you're not just being an idiot and giving away your power and allowing whatever someone else's energy to interfere with yours. You can be clear and aware of it, but then just focus on what's going on with you and your own patterns. Take care of yourself. How about this Tower and Wands, Three of Wands combination? Okay, no, I'm going to use the Rider-Waite. This is going on quite a long read. Oh well. Tower and Three of Wands combination, which is for your highest good and greatest well-being, whatever it is you need to know. Okay, you may be faced with some options. I feel that the Tower can actually be clearing away any delusion, and this, talks to me as shadow work. And I was already getting ready to draw for this. So for victory, you have victory. And what you have victory over actually is this anxiety and these sleepless nights. You've got victory over the struggles of the mind. So if you have been dealing with mental health challenges at an ordinary human level, then there is this victory over that. There is a sense of relief from these struggles. Okay, that is there for you. Kind of victory over self is another good way to describe it. So already looking at this Seven of Swords energy. Messages for the highest good and greatest well-being. Okay, so we've got Ace of Swords and Knight of Wands. So this is clear thinking and inspired action is going to keep you clean from this kind of Seven of Swords sabotage energy. And of course we have the Knight of Wands here as well, which your soul is dealing with. So at a soul level and at a human level, there is this Knight of Wands energy which is supporting you. Yeah, clean, inspired thinking and action, keeping aligned in your thoughts and your actions. Keeping that clarity, crystal clear, like, clean fire, clean thoughts will clean away, burn away sort of any of that sabotage energy. I realise that everything's all a bit schooled. I wonder if I can do it all in one go. Hang on a sec. Okay, that was a good shuffle around. And I am actually going to get another one for this Seven of Cups, which is that Piscean energy. Again, the world. Okay, this is beautiful. So whatever it is that your soul is working on and sort of completing and dealing with at a soul level, although there's this Tower kind of moment and perhaps a moment of a bit of confusion and overwhelm, ultimately it's a completion of cycle for your human self, which makes sense that would be happening if your soul is also at a completion stage with whatever it's working on. Of course, that's going to reverberate through your human life. And how beautiful to have double Six of Wands here. Such beautiful energy. I am going to leave that there. Oh, look, just at the bottom, the star. It's a beautiful Aquarian healing energy. I think that's a beautiful, powerful reading. It won't resonate with everyone. It's very specific energy. So thanks for being here. Thanks for bringing your energy. Thanks for this unfolding. And take care and catch up with you soon. Okay, bye.